Alright guys, so welcome back to a brand new video. Now today's video, we're going to be looking at a wireless earbud that I've been getting requests to do for quite some time, and I'm not sure why I haven't done them yet. But today, we're looking at the Skullcandy Method Wireless. As you guys may know, I have reviewed the Inked Wireless and the Smokin' Buds 2 Wireless. Now, I've done a comparison video on those, and I'm not going to do another comparison video comparing all of these, but let's go ahead and jump right into these. Accessory-wise, it's pretty simple. In this little pouch is a micro USB cable because you do need this to charge. It only comes with a looks like a small size replacement ear tip, and then the one that's on it I guess would be considered like a medium to large, which I found the medium to large to be perfect for mine. Alright, so let's go ahead and get right into the earbuds themselves. Now as you can see, these look a lot like the Inked Wireless as far as the design of them, and as far as the controls as well. It is a very plasticky feel. Now the one thing I want to go ahead and point out what they did with these, because these kind of revolve around people that are active, people that are going to be wearing t-shirts, not necessarily collared shirts, because I did find with collared shirts, if you can tell, this sits so far back here. If you wear a collared shirt, you can't wear this under the collar because these are up and it pulls your collar up. But now if you wear it just around your neck, it's fine. Now the way that they design these is so that it has a tighter fit coming inside your neck so that it doesn't move, it doesn't slide, and obviously if you're running or working out, they don't move. Now, as you can see, it does kind of hang down just a little bit, but you know, when they're in, it's a perfect fit. I found that the ear tips that came with it had an immaculate fit. Now what I mean by that is I was pretty much able to do anything, and they never came out. They never got uncomfortable. Now they say it's a dual lock system, and I think that's because the ear tips themselves has a very narrow point to them and then extends out. So the very narrow point means it goes further into your ear canal. Back onto the build quality of these, you could just bend them, throw them in a bag, throw them in your pocket. The branding is Skullcandy right here on the side, on both sides actually, and it's pretty minimal. On the left side is where your controls are. It is also where the charging port is on the end. You just simply lift it up, plug in your micro USB, charge it for about an hour, and you get a full charge. Battery life on this is 9 hours, which is really impressive. Now the one thing that I like Skullcandy did with these, I don't know if you can see it, but there is it's kind of an opening around the top part of the band itself. Now what that's there for is you can simply just push the cable back in there, and then it goes down to pretty much nothing. Now as you can tell, now it's pushed in there, and then the earbuds barely hang, so you don't have to worry about them tangling if you do throw them in your bag this way, because they don't come with a carrying pouch. Now these are sweat resistant, again, because of these being made for the gym or workout. You don't necessarily have to worry about sweat getting on them. Some people just get drenched in sweat, and earbuds kind of go bad after a while. Okay, your left and right are actually marked on the inside part of the earbud. You can see them very faintly at the bottom, but the easiest way to remember it is your controls are always on your left side. You also have your microphone ports here on the side so that when you take calls, it's right here close to your mouth, and it actually sounds really good. Now onto the controls. One thing Skullcandy finally got right, and I was confused to why the other earbuds didn't do it. Skullcandy let you, the skull button in the middle is your power button, your play button, your pause button, and then you have the one up here, or volume up if you tap it, and it skips forward if you hold it. Same with the bottom, but the one thing Skullcandy's haven't done in a while is it only lets you skip back to the track that you're on, but not the previous track. Well, now they fixed that, and you just hold it until it skips back to the song that you're on, and then hold it a little bit longer, and it goes to the song before that. So kudos to Skullcandy for finally fixing that. Okay, so now we're going to go into the sound. I will say sound on these, not really a surprise. Bass is there, mids and treble were there. Everything is exactly where it needed to be. Nothing was overly bloated with bass, which some people think Skullcandy has. These don't. It had a very clean sound. The bass is definitely punchy, but as far as sound goes, it worked with all genres. Everything just came through crystal clear. And I was quite surprised, because for earbuds, you're gonna get one or the other, and sometimes when they try to push too much bass, it's very bloated and you can't hear much. But sometimes when they try to push treble, it's way too harsh because these are already jammed in your ear and you can't really sit there and listen to them for a long time. But with these, I was able to listen to them. I had a full 8-hour day that I had these in. The battery didn't die. I never got tired of listening to music, and it was extremely comfortable. And again, I just put it on shuffle, so it went through all kind of genres, and everything just worked perfectly. And it never sounded muddy, so if there was something with a lot going on, the sound separation and instruments were really good. Okay, so for what Skullcandy's asking for these, which is $59.99, this is a really good deal, and especially a good deal for somebody that is active or on the go or in the gym. These are made specifically for you guys so that they're not falling off, they don't move, they can handle it if you sweat, and they sound fantastic. That is my quick review of the Skullcandy Method Wireless, which I give definitely 2 thumbs up. I think for $60 it's a great deal, and Skullcandy just keeps on cranking out amazing products. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you guys so much for checking out all the other videos, and as always guys, make sure to stay tuned for more.